at New Mobility Congress, and our guest is Attilla Szabo, Managing Director of Ford Poland. Hello.
Dzień dobry.
Very nice.
That's my limited Polish, so...
Okay, so don't be so shy. Okay, so let's speak about the new Capri model because of the premiere in Poland. Attila, please tell me, the new Capri has its Polish premiere here at the New Mobility Congress. What did the brand decide to reactivate the Capri name, and what does this car mean for the brand?
Yeah, there are many reasons. That one of the reasons is that the Capri name represented a little bit of rebellion, but very lively customers in the past, in the 70s, in the 80s. So it was quite obvious for us that we should bring back that kind of feeling, that kind of atmosphere, because we just didn't want to have another electric vehicle, but just like in case of Explorer, to have a differentiation for the customer. And for this reason, it's not another vehicle which just fits into the same other curvy electric cars, but this a crossover which refers back big time into the Capri. There was a kind of exercise during the last 30 years how the Capri would have been evolved if you make it for the requirements of the customer in that time, in that era. And clearly, like 30 years ago, SUVs were not so much even on the horizon. Yeah? So clearly nowadays the customer is expecting something sporty from the Capri name, but also a spacious vehicle with being electric and of course being a little bit of a crossover and where you can even leave the road and go a bit off-road. Yeah?
Okay, Attila, can we expect other models from the past to return in the future?
That's a good question. Even if I would know all the details, I wouldn't be able to share it. But what is definitely coming is the Puma electric. So Puma is already there in the market, but we will have a new electric Puma soon, and then you should never know what's coming. We've got lots of iconic vehicles in the market, and even with internal combustion engine, so we have a good base to build on.
Ford has been intensively developing its portfolio of delivery vehicles. How were these models received by the market?
I think it was a real success for us because anyway, I think and we think that it's even more important to electrify the commercial vehicles than passenger vehicles, because passenger vehicles sometimes is just standing in front of your house and not moving, but commercial vehicles are running lots of mileage and running all the time, especially the last mile delivery vehicles or vehicles which are used by entrepreneurs who are going to repair something, so plumbers and so on, or vegetable sellers and all these kind of occupations. So it's more sensitive that you should have clean vehicles around you in an urban environment, and commercial vehicles are able to do that. So now, on top of the e-Transit, in our portfolio we have the e-Custom, the e-Tourneo Custom. We will have the e-Courier very soon, and the e-Tourneo Courier for passengers as well, and we have a plug-in hybrid Connect, and soon next year we will come even with the pickup truck, which is going to be plug-in hybrid, capable to do around 50 kilometers only being electric. And I must say that especially up until now, when the incentive program was running in Poland, it was quite well quite well received. And with the e-transit in the last couple of years, we were a clear market leader on electric commercial vehicles, not only in its segment of the e-transit, but in the whole commercial vehicle, electric commercial vehicle industry in Poland. We were at 70% plus segment share. So we are happy with our successes in that area.
Okay, so the last question is, what is the company's vision for the coming years, taking into account recent information about the change in the drive transformation schedule?
Yeah, I think you can take into consideration many things which are really given. Of course, there is lots of lobbying on a European level from the manufacturers, and I think we can say that also our opinion is similar to the other manufacturers. That, however, we are fully prepared. We've got our factories, we've got our products, passenger vehicles, commercial vehicle, for the customers to have electric, to have zero emission transportation of either people or goods. But if the customers are not coming with us, and if the legislation in Europe, the other legislation and incentive programs and other things are not there, then it's very difficult to make a pressure on the customer and say that you must change. In other non-democratic countries, if you go far east, yeah, so then it's much easier, because they just say you have to do it and that's it. But in a democracy, it's completely different. And of course, we see a bit of a slow down in the electrification. I mean, electric vehicles. Still, this is the way. But of course, we have to stay on the market with our hybrids, full hybrids, plug-in hybrids, mild hybrids, to make the right bridge for the customers in the next couple of years to be able to move to electric vehicles.
Attila, thank you for the interview. It was a pleasure to meet you. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.